I want to rekindle our spark again. Another pile one. So I have the cards already laid out, and then the bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Cups. So I instantly saw like someone being pushed in a certain direction, or someone getting kind of swept up off their feet and then swept up in something, like someone kind of being pushed or swept up off their feet and then indulging into it, or then being overly consumed, allowing themselves to be overly swept up into something. So it's like could have kind of had their guard up towards this at first, and then something kind of pushed them into it. Um, yeah, like they were kind of running from this, defending themselves from getting caught up in this at a certain point. And then something came along to kind of throw them off or cause them to get consumed. Just caught up in something that they should not be in, or that they don't feel like they can be open and honest about. So you could be having some red flags because they're being very like withholding and just kind of like acting differently. It's like out of nowhere. Their energy just kind of switched up and they're being very withholding. Yeah, keeping to themselves and just keeping quiet, not communicating the same way. It's like they seem as though they're holding themselves back or holding back from something. So again, here we have this energy of like being pulled into something, getting pushed into something, getting swept up. It's like there was a lot of outside encouragement, and then they um, proceeded to then indulge, if you will, and like be the ones to then partake and like also put their energy into the situation. So this could be like this person kind of stumbled into this or got caught up into this energy because it's like their own karma, like they're learning their own karmic lessons at this time. So spirit almost like allowed them to make some sort of mistake or to do something and like reveal something within themselves that they need to heal or like work on. um yeah, this could be something with like their past that spirits then allowing to be triggered for a deeper healing within themselves. It's like something's coming up at this time to get their attention, to show them there's like something they need to be looking at, paying attention to in their life, in their behavior, in their relationships, how they're treating others. So far with this pile, it's an energy to where like someone that you're with could have suddenly like switched up on you, suddenly gotten into a third party, suddenly got themselves caught up in something they shouldn't have been involved in, and then got kind of swept up into it for a minute and like consumed um, by that energy. So it's like your person could have kind of brought a third party into the situation. So we have the illumination card. So there could be a lot regarding the situation that you're not sure about. Again, it's just like your person just suddenly switched up and got really different. They're holding back, not communicating the same. Their energy is just not the same. And so you can just kind of sense that there's more going on. They could be very distant, having a lot on their mind. It's like your intuition is kind of then popping up to say, okay, there could be more going on in the situation. Like, especially whenever you're at home just trying to relax, like they maybe used to like be more open, tell you about their day, just communicate more, and now they're just zoning out, disappearing, spending a lot of time alone, getting lost in their thoughts, not taking care of stuff and attending to things with the same energy and attention, not attending to you with the same energy and attention, just getting really caught up in themselves. So that could be a big indication of confirmation that this message could be for you. So at this time, it's like a lot of stuff is unknown and not been brought to the surface. So Spirit's kind of working to create a change or a shift in the situation. So it's one of those things where like other people around you in your community or in your environment could know more, and you could be getting some sort of information, message, confirmation at this time to give you like that key information, bring things to light, give you the information that you need to know in order to turn things around, shift things so that you're no longer in the dark and confused and like wondering where this is going, and more clear and confirmed and knowing why the other person's acting the way that they are. So being open to the people around you and your environment. We're also moving into the holidays, so I just thought of like Thanksgiving time, like getting together with friends and family and neighbors, and through like mingling and collaborating with people, you might find out more about the situation. If you've been kind of curious, puzzled, been like asking spirit for confirmation to like know what's going on, it could come through people around you that you really trust and that care about you, that would just have like either like a bird's eye view or just a different perspective, or to have seen more when you weren't around, in order to like relay the messages that you need to shift things for yourself, to where then you're no longer again confused and wondering where this is going, and you can start to like make the necessary changes in order to take care of yourself and make sure that you are still in an environment where you can meet your needs. And then also, it's like having that key information to confront um, whatever's going on. So, up until this point, you maybe didn't have a lot of like information or like proof, or you just don't really know, but it's just like your intuition being like, okay, they're acting different, their energy is different, they're communicating different. But it's like you felt like you couldn't confront them up until this point. Um, Someone from the outside, someone from your environment, someone like in your neighborhood, someone around you, someone that you see like at the grocery store, the farmer's market, etc., could give you that like key information that you need to then have what you need to be able to like confront the situation in order to make a change or to make a shift and no longer be like puzzled, in the dark, confused, like wondering why you no longer feel comfortable and safe, in like your personal spaces and with this person. So I'm getting more energy here of like them just getting kind of like caught up in the moment and just really swept up off their feet. So the other person could be just really caught up in a place where right now they're very easily led astray and manipulated by others. It's like if this other party will tell them what they want to hear, then they're very easily manipulated to then just like opening up and giving them what they want out of them emotionally. So again, it's more of the energy where they got like kind of coaxed or pulled into it, but then they feed into it. So there's some sort of like weakness within the other person that's being shown or revealed, where to then caught up in a daze and be fed whatever they want to hear, and then maybe not fully jump ship, but like draw their attention in that direction. And that's kind of like a red flag, or just something within themselves that they're going to have to heal before they can be in a truly stable and committed relationship, because other things are going to come up, other people are going to come up, things are going to be tempting. It's like you have to be really stable and grounded and not easily swayed in one direction or another, or easily manipulated by others. Yeah, it's not good if someone can just like come in and kind of tell them everything they want to hear, and then they will shift or draw their attention in that direction. Again, it's like a spiritual weakness here, to where, yeah, spirit's allowing this situation to happen and this to be highlighted, so you can see there's something like missing in the connection or in the other person, to be able to be that like stability and that safety that you could be looking for, that you need in a relationship. Yeah, the protector and the Three of Embers. So again, spirit is saying like this person's not able to be a protector to you at this time. It's like in this relationship, you're almost at war with yourself or with the other person, because they're at war with themselves. So it's like then you end up going to war with their demons. It's like this other person has a lot of issues and demons within themselves to fight before they can like be that stable protector for someone else. So um again, it's like trying to pull in one direction, and then there's like an interest over here in this direction. It's like someone who can be easily swayed one way or the other, and just kind of float all around, being manipulated easily back and forth, like not a very centered and well balanced person. So they're not going to be able to give that energy back in a relationship. So you'll always be fighting this like insecurity that this person will do something like this or do this again if this has already happened. So yeah, spirit is giving you this message to confirm questions that you are already having. Like if you're in a connection where, again, it's like everything's switched up all at once, and their energy and the way they're communicating, and you've been like looking for those answers, everything is just like really uncomfortable and confusing, then this message could be for you. Confirmation for you. So we're going to get some oracle cards here to see what more could be going on. With this here, I'm also seeing there's like a some mushrooms right here. So it's like someone who can be, I just thought of like this like trippy, like someone who just doesn't have, your person just has like a lack of personal boundaries, and that's what leads them to being easily led astray, or easily led in one direction or another, easily pulled in one direction or another. It's like they can kind of get fed something, or people can feed into their imagination and like what they want to hear, their emotions, and then they can easily be like swayed or influenced. So it's a very interesting energy. It's not like a I was going to say hostile, but that's not really the right word, but it's not like intentionally deceitful or hurtful, or like they had in, yeah, it's not like their ego or something, or like they have intentions to be hurtful. It's just like a lack of like having those personal boundaries within themselves to be able to stay really grounded within themselves. They're just easily swayed in one direction or another. So it's just kind of sad. So it's coming up to highlight something within themselves that they need to heal, or to like show them something or kind of teach them a lesson about themselves. It's like not something that's meant to be like a lesson for you to take on, or for you to stay in the situation, like fight this person's demons, if you will. Spirit's showing you this or highlighting this so then you can make the necessary adjustments for yourself moving forward, like knowing the truth. But I'm definitely getting, it's like more confirmation. If this message is for you, like more confirmation and truth is going to come to you kind of like inadvertently without you even really trying or looking for it, via like someone around you, or it's like another party outside the situation around you that would have like more perspective or information or something key that you need to know in order for things to like truly shift. We have game over, the reverse. So again, it's like I feel as though Spirit doesn't want you to be overly discouraged in the situation. It's almost like this is happening for your benefit, for you to protect yourself, or almost like dodge a bullet, dodge being like a catalyst in a situation that could then get really painful and hurtful, highlighting something that you could kind of like already see and sense in the situation before it gets like too far into it, or like so far into it that it's difficult to like pull out or remove yourself from it. So the other person here could be very spiritual. That could be something is like you guys have a very spiritual connection, but it's like a false. There could have been a lot of things about it that made you think like, oh, maybe this is like a twin flame or a soulmate or something like that. But Spirit's saying it's like a false twin flame or some sort of karmic relationship meant to like teach you certain lessons about yourself and to help you heal certain things. But then also um, this is also happening for like karma for the other person, for them to see something within themselves that they need to heal and address within themselves before they're ready to be in the type of relationship that they desire. Because it could be like if they're a very spiritual person, or they seem like they want like a deeper, more emotional commitment, all of these things could be true, but they maybe have a lot of demons to heal before they're ready for that. And so this is happening to kind of highlight that or show that to them, so they have the opportunity to go and work on themselves, so they can get to a place to actually having the type of higher level spiritual commitment to be able to handle that type of emotional energy in their life and stay really grounded and stable. So I'm going to get some messages. So this is what the other person would say to you. I want to rekindle our spark again. I'm feeling a bit detached and I'm not available right now. You are still beautiful in my eyes and I'm still attracted to you. So they're definitely sending a lot of mixed signals to you at this time. Like, so that could be where the energy of like them being really open and then also being really closed off. And it's like they want to hang out with you and be around you, but then they don't give as much, or they're not as open, they're not the same, they don't communicate the same. So you can sense that something's up or something's changed, something's not the same as it was. So spirit definitely wants to confirm to you like why all of this is happening. So if there is like a third party or another person and you know that, we're going to get some cards to see what they would say. But if, yeah, definitely only take what resonates in the reading and don't force anything. It's just a general reading. His heart isn't available for you right now. They all say his, but the gender doesn't matter. It could be any gender. He's a good person and deserves better than me. So yeah, whoever, like, definitely could have been someone who knew they didn't have a chance without kind of like emotionally manipulating them or swaying them into it. But then they have like their own personal weakness and demons to kind of fall for it and then go for it and then get caught up and then also put into it and give into it, or put the same energy back into it. But the other person could be very like self-aware in some ways. It's his choice if he wants to be with me and not you. So very like manipulative, to where, yeah, I feel like there's like an awareness that almost would have to like coax them into it, but then justifying it being like, well, it was their choice. So definitely like kind of putting it back on your person to make them feel like they want to be with the other person. So with this here, it's like this could represent the third party here. And it's like this is your person still thinking about you, but being kind of like dragged in another direction, due to like being manipulated to feel like that is what they want. But again, it really actually is their choice. And so this is highlighting like healing that needs to happen within the other person. So you can't like blame everything on other people. You have to be able to take accountability for your actions. So I feel like this is also spirit kind of saying like if they try to cop out to be like, oh, like um I was manipulated or the other person was trying to catch me up, or it's like at the end of the day they have to take accountability and realize it was a lot of their choices and actions that led them to making certain decisions, and there has to be a lot of healing on their part before they're ready for what they could really want in a relationship. Spiderweb, trapped. The situation is drawing you in with bad intentions and behavior. This is a warning not to get involved with anything destructive or with people that don't have your best interest. Turn to your spiritual strength to make the necessary changes. It's also like the Wheel of Fortune energy. Make those necessary changes. Tree wisdom, embody. Nature can heal when you integrate with the rhythm of the earth. Trees help to remind you to be more like nature intended. Get rooted in a support system, be flexible, branch off in many directions, and embrace the seasons of change. Use the trees as an example of how to live. Letting go, resistance. The cycle is ended and it's time to let go to experience new growth. It is vital to have closure and gratitude for the situation to make room for new things to enter. Go within to find what is holding you back. Change is necessary in this situation. Self-care, balance. Taking time to replenish your mind, body, and soul is a must. Enjoy this time to reconnect and make yourself a priority. Ask yourself what is serving me and what is taking from me. Much can be revealed when you stop putting yourself at the bottom of the list. That's our bottom of the deck energy. Intuition, wisdom, gifts. Honor your innate ability to see physically and trust your gut feelings. Trust your guidance in the vibrations you feel. When you truly step into your abilities, all of your senses rush in. Look into expanding your gifts by taking classes, journaling, meditating, and listening to your inner voice. So, Spirit is definitely wanting to confirm to you that you're a very strong, powerful, intuitive being, and you've been able to kind of sense and pick up a lot with this situation. And so, really trust in yourself at this time and what you are kind of feeling and knowing to be true. If you'd like more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. But that's all I have for you. Thank you so much. Hi there, pile two. So I have all the cards already laid out. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. So right when I saw this, I instantly thought someone having clarity in a situation. Someone finally being able to make a clear choice and like cut something out in order to like make space for something new. We have the Five of Wands underneath that. So someone could have been very heavily influenced in the past or had a lot of people around them who were very judgmental. And so they had a lot of like burdens that they had to carry. They felt as though they had to walk a certain way or like make certain choices in their life in order to please others, even though those choices were bringing more conflict or more unrest within them. It's like they weren't happy with the choices they were having to make, but it's like they were expected to do certain things and to show up in certain ways. And so they had to, again, like just kind of please the people around them. They could have had like very specific feelings for the viewer here at one time, and it's like they had to bury that within themselves. So yeah, we have this like divine counterpart, the Empress, the Emperor, um yeah, like twin flame, divine counterpart, like being unfairly separated at some point in the past. And so it's like they had to almost like bury the feelings that they had for you. It's like they planted seeds within themselves, and then they went on this journey of like trying to please others and make other people happy, and it's wasn't really getting them anywhere. But at this time, there could be some sort of opening or some sort of shift for them to like remember how they felt at one time, or just to kind of offer a sense of clarity to see, okay, trying to please everyone else and making these certain choices and decisions that are expected of me is bringing more chaos and unhappiness into my life. It's not bringing like more of what I want. And so maybe I should have the courage and the confidence to choose what I actually want, despite the chaos that it seems that it's going to bring. Like in the short run, it's like something that we would just have to get over. Um, so that seems like a more clear choice rather than to continue to choose like what would make other people happy, but then it's like long-term chaos that he can't or they can't really like escape or get away from. So it's like seeing the situation in a new light, seeing the situation clearly, seeing that like doing something now to hurt others would actually like protect people or in the long run, or at least make them happier in the long run. If they have the courage and confidence to like do what they want and make the choices and decisions that they think would bring the most happiness and satisfaction. So it's like something is being brought back to the surface, or something is having a chance to like kind of reawaken or reemerge, if you will. Um, like a reconnection, reconciliation, something coming back around from the distant past, like being triggered to kind of think of someone that you didn't get like a proper chance or a proper start with, having some sort of communication that then gets things off the ground or gets things moving. So they could be actively trying to come up with some way to express themselves and communicate, and then figure out a way to like then get that message to you in order to start some sort of cycle again. Yeah, it could be trying to figure out how to come towards you at this time, or the best way to express themselves and then deliver that to you, like the best medium or method or mode to like express themselves or to be vulnerable in order to have the best start, offer the most clarity in order to get going in the best direction. So they're no longer scared of like who this is going to upset, or like there could be like people around them again that had a lot of judgment and expectations and would like almost like bite their head off, or kind of like freak out if they stepped out of line or like did things that went against what was expected of them. And it's like they're no longer scared of other people's reactions, what other people think. It's like they're not going to back down out of fear of, yeah, what other someone else is going to do, how someone else is going to react. No longer letting other people's feelings like influence them and control them so much. So they're no longer like able to be as easily emotionally manipulated or swayed in one direction or the other. It's like they have a lot of confidence at this time, so they're kind of like a force to be reckoned with. It's like they want to be like heard, have their feelings like heard and sympathized with, and so they don't have time for like the way that people around them were acting before. It's like now they see really clearly almost like the ugliness, or how other people around them would like get out of character in order to then like get them to back down and control them. And they, yeah, they see this in a different light. So they could have recently went through like a very healing time to where they're like, ooh, like I don't like that, like I don't even like having people like that around me, like I want to be free to like pursue things that make me happy. It's like they don't want to be like stifled and held down and held back and made to feel like they should choose a partner that would then make the people around them feel like validated in some way. It's like they see like how unhealthy the people around them were, so they're ready to like cut certain people out of their lives and then move forward and have just a fresh start. And they see like viewer as being someone that they could have like a really beautiful new beginning with, really beautiful emotional new beginning. Yeah, so again, they could be planning on moving towards you to try to like sweep you off your feet, or give you like a very strong emotional offer that they feel like you can't turn down. It's like they want to like reemerge in the situation. They want to like come back stronger, make something out of whatever happened in the past, or um, use the past as like a catalyst to come forward and have something really new and different and strong. um, Definitely healing from everything that like happened to kind of destruct it or tear things apart, or it's like a lot of outside influences and judgments and opinions that kind of like unfairly separated you or tore you apart at one time. It's like using all of that energy to alchemize and then kind of supercharge, come together and connect in a really beautiful way and like grow and flourish and overcome and like come back stronger, reconnect and come back. It's like have an even stronger connection now that you went through this like forced separation, because it's like you're then both very confirmed that this is what you want. It's like there's a lot of clarity um, here, rather than getting caught up in like the BS and the confusion and everyone else's opinions and thoughts in the situation. So yeah, really beautiful, like wanting to reemerge out of something that was kind of unfair, have like a new fresh start. So again, they could be actively trying to figure out like the best way to communicate all of this like newfound clarity that they have towards you in a way that you could understand and you guys can move forward, connecting emotionally in a deeper way. So something could have already popped off. It's like this person could already have like the clarity they need, like something could have already happened like in the recent past, and to offer that clarity or to kind of show them what they needed to see to be able to have the confidence to like stand their ground. Oh yeah, we have kicked to the curb. So they've definitely like made some massive changes and like removed certain people from their life at this time. It's like they're no longer afraid of what other people think and letting other people control them as much. Just having that confidence to do what is best for them. So, okay, say like there were a lot of people around them influencing them to choose something else. That situation could have really burned them and hurt them. And so they saw a lot of clarity there to be like, okay, that was actually not good for me. And then it showed them there's certain people around them that were influencing their decisions so much, or they were so worried about, you know, the weight of everyone else's expectations and all these other burdens they had to carry. And so then they started to realize um these people didn't truly have their best interests, and they need to actually kind of like cut certain people out and remove certain people, like be like friends or family or just coworkers, like influences around them that weren't the best, that like pushed them towards things that then ended up being really harmful and hurtful. So yeah, something could have happened in like in the other relationship or a previous relationship to show them some of the people around them didn't truly know best or have their best interests, and they should have made the choices and decisions that would make them really happy from the beginning. And so in order to be able to choose the things that make them really happy in their life without worrying about what other people think, it's like they're going to have to kick anyone who has those opinions or has influenced them previously kind of to the curb. So it's like a lot of people that they have to like remove at this time in order to be able to come back stronger with the person that they would like to be with. The viewer here, it's like not only removing some other situation, because that could have just like removed itself when something kind of came to light, but then that is revealing and highlighting other things that need to be removed or that previously influenced them in the wrong direction. So we're going to get some messages to see what they would say to you at this time. I should have been honest with you. I now see the damage as I regret lying to you. I am awakening to the importance of our connection. So, definitely, they're having a lot of clarity at this time, and that's a big part of this awakening, whatever is kind of previously just happened, like in the recent past. For them, I won't be able to handle myself near you. So, if there was some sort of karmic third party situation, we're going to get some messages to see what that person would say towards you. But only take whatever resonates and leave whatever doesn't. You don't have to take every bit of a general reading. I am not sure I wish to take this further with them. So yeah, that could have been a huge part of a reality check, is like realizing someone else didn't really care about them in the same way that like viewer did. So it's like, wow, these people were actually wrong. It's like really reevaluating their priorities and making lots of changes. I put a spell on them and it backfired. He has learned his karmic lessons. So yeah, this definitely didn't work. Whatever was going on here in this situation definitely did not work out, and it was a huge catalyst for this other person to learn a lot of karmic lessons. So with that, it's like removing a lot of different karmics, like not just whoever the karmic that came into their life, but also like influences around them, other people and influences that were putting a lot of pressure on them, or judgment, expectations, leading them to feel as though they had to like sacrifice certain things at one time and like make other choices in order to make other people around them very happy. So that is definitely a catalyst to learning lots of uncomfortable lessons. The Rose Garden. Gratitude. Take time out to smell the roses and enjoy the goodness of nature. Honor each day by staying present and remembering gratitude turns everything into enough. Fences and flowers. Boundaries. Create a protective environment that serves as a respectful space filled with positive energy. Choosing only those that honor your space physically and mentally is needed. So you and the other person could be mirroring each other as far as setting lots of boundaries after learning lots of lessons. Mountaintop. Balance. Carrying the burdens has made you wary as you traveled up the mountain of responsibility. You have the choice to view your life from a higher perspective. When you let go of control, delegate responsibility, and focus on things that hold value, life feels more balanced. I feel like these two messages are like what's kind of going on with the other person, with a lot of this clarity I was talking about. They're starting to realize like the burdens that they were taking on by like living to please other people so much. So by having those healthier boundaries, it's like they're no longer taking on other people's energy as much. Serendipity, fate. The stars are aligned as everything comes together in perfect timing. The signs you are receiving are accurate in telling you to move forward. Expect positive and fruitious outcomes with relationships and careers. And we have yes. The answer is yes. Free will can influence outcomes. Use your intuition and discernment as there may be layers of information unfolding. So, Spirit wants to confirm for you that there is something very fated and auspicious happening here. If you had any questions that came up during the reading, Spirit wants to confirm yes. There's a very powerful like healing and reawakening energy or a potential, a possibility, but free will can influence any outcome, as it says. Ripple effect, intention. The intention behind actions is far reaching and at times very impactful. The frequency of your action is then matched and echoed through time. Be mindful of the power behind your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Fork in the road, choices. You're in a situation that requires you to make an important decision to either go back to what is comfortable or what is new and challenging. Both have pros and cons, so it's a matter of what will help you grow. So, this is all of the bottom of the deck energy. Gentle breeze, delicate. The situation requires a gentle touch of kindness and understanding. You may be dealing with a person or situation that is sensitive. This may include yourself. Handle with care and compassion. Stuck energy. Alignment. Your body is requiring energy work to get back in alignment by balancing your chakras and clearing your auric field. You have stuck energy that can be caused by holding on to pain or having resistance to let new energy flow in. Get grounded and reconnect to your body once again. Soul family, strength. Finding your soul family is a blessing that reaps many benefits. You are being asked to reach out and explore to find your soul connections. They will feel familiar, safe, and trusted when you meet them. Send out your intention to connect with your soul family and see who comes your way. Past life karma, cycles. This indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. There's definitely like a twin flame, soulmate, potential for like reconciliation and healing here. Higher level healing. Old conditioning, release. It's time to release old conditioning and to step into the new way of being. The old story and past cycles of blame, shame, and guilt need to move out. Take inventory of what no longer resonates and what isn't your burden to carry. Unload what's been weighing you down. So if you'd like a more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. That's all I have for today. So thank you so much. Hi there, pile 3. So I already have all the cards laid out. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords and the Six of Cups. And the King of Cups and the Devil. So I think with this pile, the message we're getting is this is someone's coming in and trying to draw you into joining like a third party, or some sort of karmic is trying to lead you astray, or lead you into a situation that's going to like put you in a position where you feel disempowered or in a state of lack. So spirit is kind of urging, or spirit's giving you this message so that you can like kind of balance out this energy and really think things through, and um, figure out like what is truly best here, if it's worth it to try to like jump ship into something new. Something could definitely be appearing as though it's like a better situation, or trying to show up in is exactly what you need, or being like that different that you need, but it's like purposefully showing up in the energy that you desire in order to lead you in with like bad intentions, lead you astray, or to get you caught up in something that will ultimately leave you like wishing that you hadn't, trying to kind of like throw you off, especially if you've always had really healthy boundaries. They could like almost see you as a challenge. So this could be someone who's been interested in you for a very long time, and it's like they want you to kind of like go against how you've always been, or like you could have always had someone kind of like stable or secure in your life, and this energy definitely wants to like lead you or tempt you into like this new and different um territory. Yeah, get you to like want to like risk things, be more fun, play. So they could, not that you aren't already fun, but that's like they could use a lot of different like tactics to try and like lure you in or lead you in by being like, oh come on, like be more fun, like don't you ever try new things, just things to like make you feel as though it's like harmless and like you're the problem or you're doing something wrong if you don't want to like go for it, and then it just ultimately ends up putting you in a bad position, or then you see like another side to them and kind of wish that you wouldn't do this. This could be the type of person that kind of like wields their ego around, or kind of like expects people to just like go along with whatever they say, or kind of like bulldozes people. So we have the devil showing up twice here. So they have a lot of stuff that they keep like repressed or like caged in, or they come across like very even tempered, but there's like another side to them that's like bottled up. Um, but they're the type of person like when they have their sights set on something, they are fierce to pursue it. And so you could feel like very special. It's like they know exactly what to say to kind of draw people in or get people to believe them. So, yeah, you could feel very special and just like caught up and confused, very like perplexed. It's like different than anything you've ever seen before. So, it's like you could be very tempted to just like explore something new here. Yeah, a very like romancer type of person, kind of saying and doing exactly what you would like want to hear. So that could be like a red flag sometimes. Sometimes that can mean, yeah, people have like specific intentions, or that they kind of do that with a lot of people. It's like they're very good at um, leading people in one direction or another, getting people to do the things that they want. Yeah, sometimes that can definitely be a red flag. So we have the Two of Pentacles. So again, it's like you could be kind of on the fence about this, or like going back and forth of whether or not it's worth it. We have the Phoenix in the reverse. clarifying that. So spirit is definitely wanting to step in and like warn you or confirm that this is going to put you in the opposite direction that you've been working towards, or bring like the opposite energy that you would want. It's going to bring more of a destructive and chaotic energy, or make you feel really trapped, rather than bringing positive transformation. So you could be specifically trying to weigh out whether it's a good investment or whether it's worth it to get yourself caught up or to do certain things. And spirit's just wanting to say it's going to bring a lot of like negative energy back into your life, not help you to like grow or transform in a positive way. It's like bringing a lot of like harsh lessons that are going to be difficult to go through. It could be really difficult to kind of like rebuild or repair your life after this. So you could desire to have like a very strong, more traditional, like higher level, grounded commitment. Um, we have the Ace of Birds clarifying. So it's like, again, this situation is not going to bring more of like what you've been hoping for and praying for to like manifest into your life. It's going to bring like less clarity and more confusion. So it's like the opposite of the type of relationship that you desire to have. It kind of goes against everything that you wish to have in your life, or everything that you've been like building, like praying for, working towards. You could have been making a lot of changes, cutting a lot of things out, making a lot of sacrifices. You could have put a lot of vices to the side and just made a lot of positive, healthy changes over the course of time in the past. And so this is coming in as kind of like a test to see if you will go for something that like goes against that, or if you'll continue to make those like uncomfortable changes and sacrifices in order to get to what you would like, or where you would like to be in a relationship or in your life. So we have the Four of Swords and the Five of Cups. So with this card, it's like one of those things where you could have something else in your life that's maybe not as exciting, or it's like more stable and grounded, or there's just not as much kind of happening. But if you were to like risk it in order to chase something that's more of a thrill, it's like once you would lose the more like quote boring thing unquote, then you would feel like something really good slipped away, or like you lost something really stable and grounded. It's like in retrospect you'll be able to have the perspective to see that the like boring thing was actually healthier. It's like because you had been making so many positive changes in your life, you were finally manifesting something that was like at that more healthy, even kill, rather than in this like turbulent, crazy, like emotionally unstable relationship. So, yeah, it's like one of those things where you don't want to let go of something that you've been like healing to have in your life, just whenever you're getting to that like solid and stable place, just to kind of like go back to like past patterns and behaviors, because then you could feel like it's kind of like a considerable loss after waiting so long and sacrificing so long to finally have like something like that in your life. So that could then make it like even harder to let go of or adjust. It's like, yeah, feeling like something just slipped out of your fingers, or just kind of like slipped away. Another part of you could be questioning though, like if you don't take a chance or take a risk and like pursue something different and exciting, that you might feel like you lost an opportunity or something slipped away. But spirit wants to confirm that it's going to bring a lot more like upheaval and like negative energy and confusion and chaos into your life than positive experience. So it's like you can walk away from this or move forward knowing that you didn't miss out on anything, and it like wasn't worth it to like risk what you do have in your life. So it's one of those things where it's like you can kind of pass by and admire and see like what other people have or how other people are living, and see that it's really beautiful. But it's like you want to continue forward or continue on your mission, or like stick with your people, and keep moving in the direction that Spirit is guiding you to move, and not like get caught up in the journey along the way. Like let important things or people kind of like slip by or slip out of your hands, if you will. So we have setting the record straight in the reverse. So again, it's like this is not going to bring moving in a new direction or kind of switching up, changing pace isn't going to bring more clarity. It's going to bring like more distortion. It's not going to be like the peace that you think or that you're looking for. So we have destroyed, shattered, messed up. So this is definitely how you could feel should you like let yourself fall back into like old patterns. You've already moved so far and like come so far. And so it's like what you have at this point in your life is not worth like taking certain risks. So we have the betrayal in the reverse. So yeah, Spirit's definitely saying it's like the power is in your hands to not make certain choices and decisions to hurt yourself or to hurt others. It's like it would also be a betrayal to yourself to hurt the people that you care about. And so it's like you're in control of the situation to continue to make those healthy choices and not bring like that pain or that, yeah, those karmic cycles back into something that you really care about, a situation that you really care about. Under spiritual attack, fighting off negative energies, fighting spiritual warfare, needing to clear your energy. So it's like once you start to heal and move in a new direction, then we do like the adversary does come in and try and attack us and tempt us and bring us back down to where we were, get us to fall back into old patterns, tempt us back into old ways. So you could be going through just like a heavy spiritual attack at this time. And that's why Spirit is giving you this message. And just kind of warning you that like you don't want to do anything to betray someone that you care about, because that would be really betraying yourself and how far you've come and all of the healing that you've put into your journey. And yeah, like whatever is going on, it would definitely bring about like a destruction into the situation that would be really hard to come back from. And then in retrospect, you'll be able to see that like it was just a spiritual test, or you were being kind of spiritually attacked, like that wasn't you, or that wasn't your intentions or your choices or the way you would have chose to move. So it's like Spirit is giving you this message and kind of giving you the confidence to be really strong at this time and kind of push through on the journey that you've been on to make those like healthier choices and decisions for yourself. So we're going to see what this other person, this like karmic person that's trying to come into your life and just kind of tempt you in a bad way. See like what they would say to you. I want to rekindle our spark again. So this could be someone from your past trying to come back around. So say you finally moved on and you're finally like in a healthy relationship, or you're finally taking care of yourself, you're finally doing better. It's like someone from the past could want to come back around just to see if they still have that power over you or that control over you. So it's like they don't have like the best intentions right now. So it's like you're definitely being spiritually attacked. So it's in retrospect, it's like you'll really kind of wish that you hadn't gotten caught up in something or re-caught up in something, and wish that you had like held your personal power in the situation. I didn't know how you'd react to the real me, so I hid myself from you. Realizing how much I messed up has left me crushed. So they'll definitely kind of like tell you what you want to hear in order to make you think that they've also changed, or they're also doing that inner work and like seeing things like you. Um, but Spirit's definitely giving us enough confirmation here to know like they're trying to draw you in with deceitful intentions. So it's like more of telling you exactly what they think that you would want to hear in the situation. So we'll get some Karmic Confessions. See what the Karmic would really say, or what they really mean. I am not a good fit for them. So they know they're not actually like a good fit. I talk negative about you because I'm jealous. I spy on you to find out why he still holds on to you. So they're jealous of the new relationship that you're in, or like new people that are interested in you, and they're specifically trying to come back in and rekindle something, in order to know that like they have that sense of power over you, or they have that sense of control over you, and that you haven't truly moved on. Like someone new doesn't truly, it's like they could still come in and like affect you in some way. So it's like very toxic, um, negative intentions. It's like they don't understand. Yeah, it's just like jealousy of seeing you move on and like not be hung up on them. Like they don't understand how you could be like healing and choosing healthier things, and um be in like a better relationship. Or yeah, it's like they could just really not stand to see you just like healing and doing better for yourself. And so then they're specifically trying to come in and make it seem as though they've changed or they're working on themselves too, but really it's just to see if they can like get you to then like go against you getting like what you want. It's like they can't stand to see you like finally getting what you want or what you deserve. They're very jealous to see someone else like treating you the way that you deserve. So very toxic energy here. Nourish the soil. Priorities. Nourish all areas that hold value to prevent them from perishing from lack of attention. At times, you can get hyper focused on one thing, and the rest of your life feels neglected. Rooted awareness. Awakening. You came into this lifetime with your wisdom key to unlock your highest timeline of purpose. When you trust that you are living your soul's purpose, you awaken memories from previous lifetimes that align you to familiar pathways. Trust your instincts because you have done this before. So this could be a very familiar thing. Like again, this could be someone from your past like coming back around to like re-tempt you. So it's like you've kind of been through this before. Your intuition knows like certain things that they do or say to pick up, to be like, okay, there's more going on here. Or even if not, it's just like intuitively you can just kind of sense this is like a lesson that you've already overcame and you've already learned, and you're ready to unlock new doors for yourself. And that's why this is happening, to kind of prove to you that you don't need to stay in this place and continue to learn these lessons. You're ready to move on, to move into the next thing, to receive just more, in your life and in your relationships. Childhood wound, retrieve. Your inner child is looking to heal so you can move on by understanding the situation in a new light. Going within to heal requires self love and compassion. Gaining perspective through energy work or therapy can be very helpful to access tools to empower your inner child. Balance needed. Relationships. Make sure all of your relationships are equal in balance with giving and receiving. If they're out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. Distorted view, perspective. A change in perspective is needed to view you or the situation with compassion. The root core of pain is often associated with how you may view yourself or the situation from a wounded place. Choosing to heal this brings the broken pieces back together to create a healthy viewpoint. This is all of our bottom of the deck energy. Spirit's wanting to allow you to see things clearly so you can kind of heal from the past. Abundance, security. Money is energy like anything else. You want it to flow and not feel trapped. Trusting that the universe will take care of you gives off the energy of abundance and expectancy in every dollar you receive. Know that you are supported and the money will flow. Fun and adventure, joy. It's time to play and get reacquainted with your childlike self. Open up to your sense of adventure and fantasy. You've been way too serious in moving through the motions. Snap out of it and have some fun. So with this card, I feel like Spirit's wanting to confirm, like, if you've made certain choices or you're considering making certain choices out of fear, know that, like, the universe will take care of you when you're flowing in the right direction. And just because you want to be cautious in this situation or not let yourself get tempted in certain ways means doesn't, like, you don't want to sacrifice too much, and like imbalance yourself. And so be willing to kind of like let that fun, playful side out. It doesn't have to be all about like the inner work and the healing and all that heavy stuff all the time. It's okay to be kind of lighthearted and free at times too, while maintaining that inner balance and having those healthy boundaries in order to not let anyone with bad intentions come in and kind of disrupt the work that you have been doing. So yeah, keep going and continue to fall back on spirit for confirmation. Continue to put in the work and try and balance all these energies out. So you're doing really wonderful. If you'd like a more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. I hope you have a great day. Hi there, pile 4. So I have all the cards laid out, and most of them I already flipped over because I already saw them. So we have the devil on the bottom of the deck, and it's kind of like skating off to show the 10 of Swords. So there's some sort of very painful ending happening here. It could be in regards to okay, so your person could have like chose someone else at a certain point. They could have been very drawn towards someone else and kind of like chose someone else, not really knowing everything that that situation would entail. And now at this time, they're going through some sort of very painful ending. It's like this situation ended up being a lot more than they bargained for, or just a lot more to it than what they were initially drawn to it or attracted to. So it's like once they got into it, it was a lot more to it. It's like it ended up being a karmic cycle once they got involved, and now they're going through a very painful ending or betrayal in regards to the situation. So the other person that they chose could be betraying them. Um, So it's like when this happened, you could have kind of got the brunt end of things or went through like this very unfair situation. And so it's like not necessarily you were praying for them to get their karma, but you were almost kind of like praying for justice in the situation because you were like very wronged. Or like just yeah very unfairly affected, so he's like you had to kind of just like move forward and rebuild and hope that like karma would come back around, but it definitely did because this was like a karmic situation. And the other person here is like even if they once they got into it, if there was like a lot of red flags and things, it's like they either wouldn't remove themselves or they couldn't remove themselves once they got into it. And so then they were like, oh my gosh, um I can't handle this, or like there's way more to this. Is there was just way more to it. Like they felt like they were like free falling into something else through this emotional connection. Like whenever you're dreaming and then you start to fall in your dream, that like really scary feeling. It could have been something like that. It's like they were literally felt like trapped and stuck, and like there was nothing that they could do now to remove themselves. It's like being trapped and stuck in their worst nightmare after making the wrong choice. They definitely felt as though there was nothing that they could do to remove themselves, or they were like then stuck in the situation. Like once the truth of everything started to come to the surface and they had more clarity, again, it's like there's literally nothing they could do about it. They were just kind of stuck in the situation. And so then because they couldn't make a move or do something to change it, then the other person ended up forcing them to make a move or forcing them to make a change and remove it by then doing something to betray them. So it's like they wouldn't leave or they couldn't leave, or it was too difficult to leave, so they chose not to. And so then finally, spirits forcing them to leave via the other person betraying them, the other person choosing something over them, the other person switching up. So, like, say they chose this person over you, then the other person can be choosing someone over them in the same way. They're going through like heavy karma. Definitely, they could be like losing a lot of friends or getting kicked out of certain social spaces. That could have been a big factor, influence like once they were in the situation, they felt like, okay, now if I were to switch up or to do something, then it would make me look so bad, like for real, but for real. So I have to just like stay in the situation and like endure whatever's going on until then ultimately the other person ended up then switching up or doing something to then force them to have to move out of it. So it's like they could have made the choice to like remove themselves from it from the very beginning once they started to see it wasn't right for them, but then that would have like made them look bad or just like made them lose certain people in their life or lose access to certain like social spaces or certain opportunities, and so they chose to stay in it until then the other person, it's like taking it so far, then it's then forcing them out of it because then the other person's betraying them, choosing someone else over them. It's like now the other person's doing something that is putting them in a position to where they get kicked out or exiled from whatever they wanted to be a part of anyways, except for now this time or this way it's like twice as humiliating and twice as embarrassing and twice as painful and hurtful. It's like this like massive betrayal to where then they feel like kind of yeah like exiled or like kicked out of whatever they like desperately wanted to be a part of. um so it's like all of their choices kind of came back around to bite them or to like be their demise, or like allowing themselves to feel like trapped then made the situation like a lot worse for them once things finally came to the surface. Or they could have tried to like bury certain things and then it's like it came to the surface anyways, and then now that everyone else can see it or everyone else's opinion is there, then they're getting kicked out or like removed out of certain social spaces anyways. They're losing certain opportunities anyways. It's like they didn't actually gain anything or like get to where they wanted to get through making certain choices. So then they're like, wow, I should have just like made the choices that were right for me or best for me from the beginning anyways. Is very much so this energy of just like them feeling stupid or just making a lot of really dumb choices that then bite them in the butt. It's like really having to face a lot of the karma of their own actions, consequences of their own actions, a lot of cause and effect happening. It's like they brought a lot of this onto themselves by like initial choices that they made from the beginning. With fake apology in reverse. So spirit could be kind of warning you, like if they are coming back around to apologize, it could be just because like they're going through a lot of the same stuff they put you through, but they don't want to admit that. They're kind of like wearing a mask. So there's like a lot more going on here. They're definitely being kind of like exiled or kicked out of certain social spaces. But they can't hide. Like they want to hide, but they can't hide certain things. It's like going to be really obvious, or you're going to find out anyways, no matter how much they try to like wear a mask coming towards you. So yeah, whoever they chose or whatever situation they were involved in, like their karmic cycle that they chose is backfiring. It's ending, going through a massive like betrayal. Just yeah, a massive ending in some way here. So it's like they thought that this would make them really happy, so they could have chose this like in a very serious way, and now it's just bringing about a lot of destruction, pain, and just some major and finalized endings. Yeah, so they again they could have went through the same thing they put you through. They could have found their like karmic person, putting them through some heavy karmic cycles. Just like whatever they did to you, they could have experienced right back in return. So again, more betrayal, confirmation of betrayal energy that like they're going through with the person that they chose over you. I have outgrown this connection and I feel you have outgrown this connection and I feel I'm being left behind. Sorry, I read that wrong. It could be also, I've outgrown this connection and I feel you are being left behind. They could be kind of like a weirdly manipulative person, like put things on you as well. The timing was not meant for us, and the more we tried, the more it fell apart. So they could be still trying to justify what they did to you, like instead of realizing like, oh, I'm getting betrayed right now in the same way that I betrayed viewer, they're still trying to be like, oh, the timing wasn't right for us, or just like justify all these different reasons why certain things happen instead of just taking that accountability and being able to see like they're going through the same thing they did. I fear rejection and I'm afraid to reach out now. So it's kind of funny, like they fear rejection and then they're definitely in a situation where they're currently being rejected. So they manifested exactly what they fear via like the choice that they made over you. So it's like instant karma. You're in my mind's eye everywhere I go. But again, it's like they're just not ready to take that accountability yet. So even if they do reach out, they're not going to be like honest and transparent about how they feel about certain things. It's just a lot of this, like, oh, the timing was not right, trying to justify it in a lot of different ways. So we're going to see what the karmic person that is currently kind of like betraying them would say to you. I feel like giving up on this with them. I want to sabotage what you two have. That is special. So it's like this karmic person wanted to sabotage what you guys had. And then as soon as they were able to do that, they're just like on to the next thing. Like this is someone that just kind of like wreaks havoc into people's lives and then just like gives up as soon as they get what they want. So very sad and toxic. It's like they just get what they want and then they just throw in the towel. It's like really weird energy. I am his doormat when he needs me. So he could be, or your person, this just says his, but it's they, he, they, she, it doesn't matter. But yeah, your person could be kind of karmic in return. It's like they were operating through karmic tendencies. And so that's why they chose like the karmic person over you, because that's kind of where they were at. That's the frequency that they were able to match, is a lot of like karmic behaviors back and forth. And you required this person to kind of like step up and elevate and heal and make different choices, and they were not ready or able to be in that position and match you on that level at that time. So they were in a more energetic frequency to match with this karmic person, and so that's why they're going through this same experience that they put you through, because that's the vibrational frequency that they're on to experience right now at this time. So like your person's also not making healthy choices. And it's like not fully a victim, even though they are kind of being put through like the same thing they just put you through. Turn over a new leaf. Renew. A second chance is being given to transform yourself or the situation. Let the lessons of the past serve as a catalyst for a clean slate moving forward. Passing ships. Timing. The energy is not aligned in this situation to create synastry. There may be another ship coming that isn't in your view just yet. Patience is needed to create the best outcome. So more could be like brewing or building in the situation that is going to like require your attention, but you have the power to handle or deal with this situation at this time and make the healthy choices here. You're in a situation that requires you to make an important decision to either go back to what is comfortable or what is new and challenging. Both have pros and cons, so it's a matter of what will help you grow. You have the power to turn ordinary into extraordinary. Bring into focus what you want, then the universe reflects that same vibration. Now let the divine timing do the rest. Call on your inner Merlin to access what is available to you now from other dimensions and timelines. There's a storm brewing that needs your attention. When faced with uncertainty, it's an opportunity to make adjustments and course corrections to get the best outcome of the situation, to lead to the best renewal for you in your life. The key elements, amplified. When you combine all the elements of nature into who you are, magic happens. Trust this lucky card to show you everything is in alignment to expand. Now is the time to embark on an incredible journey by merging your past, present, and future as a multi-dimensional person. Good news, positivity. Your prayers have been heard. Good news is on the way. The universe wants you to have expectancy of positive outcomes in your life. You have the power to manifest what you desire of your highest good by co creating with Source. Now it's time to celebrate. We have self care and creativity all on the bottom of the deck. You could have kind of been taking care of yourself and putting a lot of intentional creative energy into yourself. Passion ignited, desire. Live with passion by stepping into what feeds your soul and gives you joy. When you choose to make room for this in your life, the universe responds by creating opportunities that support your soul, purpose, and passion. So you're going through a massive healing and period of growth at this time, even though it might not feel like it. It might feel confusing and like you're kind of going through certain cycles or certain things are like repeating. But it's just an opportunity to go in and kind of heal layer by layer the different things from your past in order to help integrate your soul's experience and continue to move forward on your journey. If you'd like a more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. I hope you have a really great day.